On-demand listening is made possible by Bellarmine University. Grounded in the liberal arts and sciences, Bellarmine offers over 50 majors and 15 graduate and advanced degree programs. More at bellarmine.edu.
And I'm Kyle Meredith, joined in the studio by fantastic Negrito, who's back in town. Welcome back to Louisville.
So good to be back in Louisville. It's one of my favorite towns in the United States of America.
You bet you say that to all the cities.
I say that to all the ladies.
You had the Chris Cornell opening slot last night, so we're getting you the day after.
The day after, and it was such a beautiful audience. Like, listened so well, and I could feel the connection, and that's why I do this.
Yeah.
At my age, I'm like, hey, if I can make the connection with people,
yeah, it's
worth it. You know, and it's been an amazing tour, and I'm grateful to Chris.
Yeah. Yeah, that's, I mean, I guess that surprised me when I heard that you were opening up the show. It just,
Surprised me too.
Yeah, anybody can play any show, I'm sure, but how did you end up on the Chris Cornell tour?
You know, it was pretty much like, I'd heard, Chris Cornell's looking for an opener, and I thought that would never be me. I mean, it's just, couldn't really see the connection, but I should have seen the connection, but I was not thinking.
Yeah.
And, Chris told me, like, man, someone sent me your link, and he said, I pressed on it, and I just knew. And he said I was just listening to it and kept listening to it, and I was like, wow, this is amazing. And it was that easy. We went to Europe, and I thought I was done in Europe. I was like, bye, Chris, did my hugs, and then he said, hey, you want to do the States? And I'm like, you don't say no to Chris Cornell.
No, you don't.
You don't say no to him. And so it was, again, just amazing, and it's so great. You know, I remember him telling me, like, he says, man, I'm going to introduce you to my audience. Mm-hmm. And it's just been great. It's been very nice meeting them.
Yeah, it seems kind of fitting, too. I know his album is called Higher Truth, and I get a lot of that from your album, the Last Days of Oakland, which just came out.
I love his album. Man.
Yeah, but that thematics that just seems, so perfect for what you're doing on this record. A little bit of there's a lot of truthing happening on this record. I mean, you made a very important record, I think. It's a reflection of our times. You're talking about world issues, you're talking about social injustice, and, there's no shortage of any of that. In fact, I'm surprised this isn't a double album with everything that's going on right now.
Oh, it was, but they cut me down. They always cut me down, man. It was, I feel that, especially in such turbulent, crazy times, you have like lunatics trying to be the president who are just divisive and have really no agenda except their own selfish agenda. I think that when we can no longer, you can't really look to leaders or politicians. They're all bought. And I think that then it's up really to artists. Like, we have a responsibility. I think people are looking towards us, man, to say something incredible and positive and medicinal and healing. And, man, I just keep walking towards that light, man. It keeps me going.
Yeah, I mean, it's some of the oldest bedfellows for what we do here, rock and roll and politics, and how it's all played. And again, not everybody can pull that off, though. And I was complimenting you off the air, and I mean this, the Last Days of Oakland, this album, it's one of the best albums of the year. And to be able to pull off what you've done, it's no small feat,
Well, I just want to say thank you. That's a really great compliment. I keep hearing that. I'm like, wow, this is great. And I'm just moved by it because I really wanted to connect with you. Mm-hmm. And I really wanted to connect with people just therapeutically, man, because I'm often the most fucked up person in the room. And so I really needed to connect with my human family, and I wanted to make my contribution, and it makes me very happy. And I also want to say that I didn't do it alone. I mean, it takes like a really solid group of people to help direct the, maniacal, egotistical artist into doing what he's supposed to do. And I'm really happy with the album.
Yeah.
My mother didn't like the title at first, but that's why she's my mother. She still won't call me Fantastic Negrito. So.
I'm going to bring up the title of the album more here in just a few moments, but let's get into a song because I would love you've got your guitar, and it seems a great opportunity to play it right here. So let's get in a song and we'll talk some more. I'm here with Fantastic Negrito on 91.9 WFPK. What are we going to hear here?
Why don't we do About a Bird, maybe? That's a good one to start off with.
It's FPK.
Bird at my window, no, no, bird at my window. Bird at my window. There's a bird at my window. She watches it all. She sells what I'm doing. She watches me fall. There's a bird in the bush, and there's one in my hand. Sweet empty pop lyrics, way laced to her head. It's all a game to me. I live dangerously, and I want it all, but I can't not pay the bills. Ooh, take a chance on me, 'cause nobody else will. Ooh, take a chance on me. 'Cause Lord, I try to hide. But you know I try to hide. Try to hide in the hole. There's a hole in my head. But I broke clean her feathers. She's sick in my bed. There's a bird at my funeral. She's singing out loud. How the tears on her pillow won't heal her scars. It's all a game to me. I live dangerously, and I want it all, but I can't not pay the bills. Ooh, take a chance on me. Nobody else will. Baby, 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 please take a chance on me. First she wanted me, then she wanted me dead. First she wanted me, then she wanted me dead. First she wanted me, then she wanted me dead. First she wanted me, then she wanted me dead. Ooh, I know, babe, 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 I know, I want it all. Ooh, take a chance on me. That song's a lot about narcissism.
Fantastic Negrito here on 91.9 WFPK Radio Louisville. Sounding great over there. The new record is Last Days of Oakland. He was just in town last night, so if you missed him, you've missed him this time around. Although it should also say Waterfront Wednesday alum, fantastic Negrito.
You're damn right, and I loved every minute of it.
It was a great show. We were talking a second ago, and I wanted to bring it back up. You're, the album title, The Last Days of Oakland, of course, in reference to your hometown, which had me thinking, like, as I understand your story, there you were, and lots of bad things were happening, and you left, and you went to L.A. to kind of change your life, but you went back home. And I don't know, it's like, why do we always go back home, even when we know that that's the place, that was the root of everything that went wrong?
I think we go back home sometimes when we've got our butts kicked.
Yeah.
And we just need a hug from a friend. It's like we just need to get around those people that love you unconditionally. Whether you can do something for them or not, that they're there, and your friends and your family is, I really believe that that's your wealth. And when I got back to Oakland and I quit music for 5 years, the irony was that here I hooked up with the same guys that I ran away with as a kid, that I'd sold drugs on the corner with as a kid, that we've been through life and death situations. I went into business with these guys. We started a collective, writer, musician, hustlers, everybody, artists. We got together. We put all of our money together, and we invested in each other. One guy, Malcolm Spellman, he was a writer, and I had quit. I was farming. I was growing tons of marijuana. I was trying to be a polygamist. I was trying everything. So I failed at most of those things. So what happens is I have a kid, and he turns me right back to music. But I supported, like, my man Malcolm till he could get on his feet. Instead of getting a loan from a bank, he got a loan from brother that was growing the marijuana, you know,
Yeah.
so medical marijuana, and it was all legal, damn it. Back off.
So it was never, I mean, that's a beautiful story. And so it was never the issue then that, you were afraid, like, if I go back, is it all going to happen again? I mean, it sounded like you had a completely different outlook on the return.
I was an old man. I came back with a cane and a limp.
The experience.
Yeah, no, I didn't know. I felt love, and I felt friendship. And I feel like if we're going to invest in something, let's invest in that.
Right.
Let's invest in friends and let's invest in people. Because I tell you, man, I'm a recovering narcissist. That's what I'm the most self-centered moron in the room. But once I learned that, wow, if I start living for this guy and helping him, and I've invested in this guy all my life just as a friend, wow, he's going to help me make my record.
Yeah.
And so even for the greediest of us, my recommendation is to help other people because it's amazing when it comes back.
Well, it worked out, obviously, because, the EP that came out, was that last year, the year before last? Yeah.
Last year.
And this was, your second chance at the career. Third chance. Third chance. Well, geez, who gets
my
a second
career
chance?
went in three. It was like, going to L.A., meeting Dave Gilbert, who really helped and guided me and was the person who really was like, hey, give this guy $1 million now. That's how he did it. And so, and he's from Louisville, Kentucky. That makes it a special place. So when I met him, and that was phase one. Then I had the accident, and I'm in the hospital, and I'm in the coma, and no one shows up except Dave Gilbert, and so that was phase two, where I just started opening up illegal nightclubs, and I had all these incarnations like Chocolate Butterfly, Blood Sugar, and me and this Japanese guy, Soul Pony. I became all these different people, and I'd write music. I got a lot of music and film. That was part two, and then after that, I just kind of lost it. I said, I want to try something else. So I'm like, let's see what it's like to be married. That's part of the human spectrum. And I thought, let's see what it's like to have a kid.
Right.
So I wanted to try that, and I said, I'm done with music. I have nothing to say. And so that was, when it ended for the second time, and then the third time was having the little boy who, I just played a G major, and boom, and he's like, oh my God, music.
Yeah.
And he couldn't even talk, and that began the birth of Fantastic Negrito.
Which, that EP was fantastic. And I guess, that taking off the way it did, which I know was a surprise to you, I mean, that must have really set up how you wanted to treat this album then, with the Last Days of Oakland.
Well, I knew that there's so much going on.
Yeah.
Look at the news yesterday and today, man. There's so much going on. I mean, you could go down the list of things that are going on that are important to us. I think as a nation, as a country, I care about what happens to you because it's going to affect me. And people better care about what happens to, these black men being killed by the police, and these men that were killed and women that were killed in Orlando.
Right.
No matter how you feel about whomever, black, white, gay, man, we are here. Americans, man, this is who we are. We are very diverse, and we can be exceptional people if we put it all together, but then we can be horrible.
Yeah.
And I think that we have a choice. And choice is amazing. It's the beauty of being a human being is that we have a choice.
Right.
So we got to make it. Invest in people. Put a little love into everything you do. Just sprinkle it. You don't have to turn into a hippie and shit and stuff. Sprinkle a little love in. If you're a cop, sprinkle a little love into being a cop.
Yeah.
If you're a radio personality, sprinkle a little love into it. If you work at Costco or Whole Foods, man, sprinkle a little love into it. And I think it can really change the course of the day and of the week and of the month. Because I think as human beings, we have the potential to love or murder. And we have to nurture the love.
Yeah, about the best message I'll probably hear all day right there.
Well, I'm feeling it, brother.
Fantastic, Negrito.
Louisville.
Here on 91.9 WFPK. Let's hear another song from you, shall
Another
we?
song. Let's do The Working Poor.
All right, it's FPK.
I don't want you to turn into the working poor. I don't want it. That man to take that whip and beat you down. feel like it's over. Him clean my city, me sell my soul. Him evil genius, turn working people to the working poor. Keep on knocking. Better keep on knocking, but I can't get in. I keep on knocking, keep on knocking. Keep on knocking, but I can't get in. Sip fancy coffee. Step over bodies outside his door. In fancy condos. Who she call Popo? Me sing too loud. Don't sell your life. Well, just keep on knocking. Keep on knocking, but I can't get in. Keep on, keep on, keep on. Keep on knocking. Keep on. Better keep on knocking, but I can't get in. Step over bodies, sip holy water. Step over bodies, sip holy water. They shot that man, they shot him down. Although they shot that man so cold. Lord, you know. Had to move to Stockton. A fatty monster, I can't live here no more. Sip holy water. Turn working people to the working poor. To the working poor. To the working poor. Well, keep on knocking, but I can't get in. Keep on knocking, but I can't get in. Keep on knocking, but I can't get in.
All right. Fantastic Negrito, Working Poor here on 91.9 WFPK. The new record is The Last Days of Oakland. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you for having me. Louisville.
You are welcome back anytime. Hopefully we'll see you again sooner than later.
I'm going to be out with the full band in a couple months after I get back from Europe, and we're going to be doing some damage.
Wow. Come on back around.
Yes, sir.
All right. Take care.
Thank you.
On-demand listening is made possible by Bellarmine University. Grounded in the liberal arts and sciences, Bellarmine offers over 50 majors and 15 graduate and advanced degree programs. More at bellarmine.edu.